thyroid hormone will increase the excitability at the synapse, right? And will increase the excitation of the muscle, right? Will increase the heart rate, right? Increase the metabolism, right? Increase oxygen consumption, right? Increase contractility. So you have high state of excitability. Intolerance to heat. The guy is already heating up. Can't be close to any heat because the metabolism is high. Increased sweating. Definitely, this is a form of releasing heat from your body. You sweat, water takes out the heat. Mild to extreme weight loss. This, as I mentioned to you, is still a debate whether it's affecting only the metabolism or affecting the appetite of the person. Varying degrees of diarrhea. This person usually they have diarrhea. Why? It's still subject of investigation, but it has been associated with hyperthyroidism. Muscle weakness. After a long period of excitability, the muscle gets to a certain point called muscle fatigue. You remember that in skeletal muscle last year? So your muscle, although you are so excited, it is weak. It is weaker than normal. It will still contract, but weaker than normal. Nervousness. This is a mood. Try to talk to a hyperthyroidic guy. Sometimes, if he is really reached the maximum, that can kill you sometimes. It's very dangerous. Extreme fatigue, but inability to sleep. Why inability to sleep? Usually when you are very tired, you want to sleep. No, you still have the excitation at the central nervous system. You're always awake. Tremor of the hand, we already explained that. Now, in this figure, they give you an example of how you diagnose people with hyperthyroidism. They have what they call mixed exophthalmos. The exophthalmos, I don't know if this is clear for you. You see those? It's the orbital area just surrounding the eye will be filled in a jelly-like substance and some water. So it's going to be protruding to the outside. Not all people will have it, but still it is a diagnostic side of hyperthyroidism. I'm not going to go through all these details. The thyroid hormone, how they measure it. If it is high, it's hyperthyroidic. If it's low, it's hypothyroidic. I will leave it for you to read it. The treatment, as I mentioned to you, either you go by the drug. If the drug doesn't work and you have really an extreme case, you have to bombard the thyroid gland with radioactive iodine. Then it will kill a big part of the cell. It will shrink. It will be reduced to the normal size. Then you can extract it surgically. For the hypothyroidism, usually it's the opposite of the hyperthyroidism, the symptoms. Now, in hypothyroidism, if you have a defect, for example, you remember the pendrin transfer?
Yes.
If you cannot get iodide to the colloid, you're getting so much of thyroglobulin, right?
Yes.
So much of secretion of this protein, so much of storage, but there is no actually process. You will end up with a goiter as well. All right? Hypothyroidism, usually you treat it like our friend here. He's on thyroxine for life. Good. Good that there is treatment. I'm really happy for you. Some people, they have no treatments. Well, so all these points, as I mentioned to you, Guyton, repetition after repetition after repetition. Those are the points where you can, those are the articulation where you can actually affect or regulate the secretion of the thyroid hormone, whether it is activating them or deactivating them. You may have hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism. Those are the symptoms that are commonly accepted in clinics today as a signs of hypothyroidism.
Opposite.
I'm not done yet, okay? So, first one, fatigue and somnolence. On the other side was fatigue, but lack of sleep. Here it's fatigue and somnolence. You start with fatigue because you don't have that much. Gentlemen, can I finish this? I don't want to hear anyone. Hadi, including you. All right? Extreme muscular sluggishness. Can't really contract very well. Weakness. Can't control. You know, in the body you have small muscles, you have big muscles. Some for fine tuning, some for general usage. So if you don't have this coordination, you will have a sluggishness in your muscle contraction. Slow heart rate. The hyperthyroidism increase your heart rate. You slow the heart rate. Why do you need metabolism? Why do you need more oxygen? It's not working. Decreased cardiac output, less blood ejected. You have decreased blood volume. You have sometimes increased body weight. And why sometimes? As I mentioned to you, it's still a debate whether it affects the appetite or metabolism. Some patients, they do have hypothyroidism, but they have high demand for food for some other reason. So in that case, you may have increase in the body weight. And you already have lower metabolism, so you won't actually spend this energy. It's going to be stored in you, so you increase your body weight. Constipation, in the other case, it was diarrhea, right? Mental sluggishness, hypothyroidic people, sometimes in extreme cases, you talk to them, you find them a little bit they don't have the same IQ as other people. And this is also related to the affection of what? They affect the synaptic excitation in the central nervous system. Depressed growth of hair, it's not only hair, you can have depressed growth of too many other things. Frog-like husky voice. Hypothyroidic guys, they have really very large voice. You can tell when you hear them. And the last one is an edematous appearance throughout the body, myxedemia. This is a form of storage of water in the body. So you will have really, they look like inflamed. They are not inflamed, they just have bigger volumes of water in the interstitial space. So this is a very typical hypothyroidic face. You will see the face and definitely the neck. You will see them. They will have like not expansions, like protrusions, because you have retention of water inside of the body. Usually, you see the finger, very well detected. You see the finger. You have 1, 2, 3 bones here, right? In between the articulation, you can see the articulation. If you have hypothyroidic person, the storage of water won't give you this shape, it will give you the opposite shape. Got it?
It would be very hard to place a finger.
Yeah, little bit. They have already problems in the motion. Treatment, we already talked about that. The cretinism, last slide, the cretinism is a defective thyroid gland production by genetic inheritance. It is a congenital disease. The baby will be born with that. An immediate intervention, as I mentioned to you, is required. Otherwise, if he is not on thyroxines, he will lack development, and if it is severe, most of the case actually will lead to death. All right? Does anyone has a question? Yes.
A person has hyperthyroidism, we give them iodine that reduces the size, we extract. Now, in that case, he's going to have hyperthyroidism. So, what is better, hypo?
There is no better. There is no better. You need a certain level of T3 and T4. If you extract the whole gland and you don't have any more thyroxines, you put him on thyroxine for life.
But then why not keep him with hyperthyroidism and then do the same thing?
Do what?
Like, why not?
If he is hyperthyroidic, already, you can give him thyroxine more. You want to get rid of thyroxine? No, it's not working. The TSH cannot, the pituitary gland and TSH are not controlling well your thyroid gland. You give him some drug for the articulation, is not working. The trapping is not working. Oxidation is not working. Thyroglobulin chopping is not working. What do? Extract. You don't extract immediately. This is severe disease. No, if it is all, you extract all of it. Yeah. And then you put the guy on thyroxine.
You mentioned temperature has an effect on the thyroid hormone.
Hypothalamus. It will activate or inactivate the hypothalamus. Excuse me?
External temperature will also have an effect?
Ashar? What do you mean external and internal?
Like the environment.
You are in this environment. Whatever happens outside is reflected on inside. Yes? Yes, not the cell of cell. It will kill some of the cells, so the gland will shrink. What other thing? No, we said if you have so much iodine, radioactive or not, you will stop the trapping, the iodine trapping. But if you have radioactive iodine, you will kill the cell. That's what we said. Yes? The what? Yeah. I don't get it. Myxedema? What's the problem? What will cause? Why? No, the eye does not put outside. Here you have jelly-like deposition in the orbital cavity. You don't have the eye going outside. But the hyperthyroidism, you have the eye going outside. It's different. Questions? All right, guys. Thank you. That's all for you. I will see you in my office if you have any questions, okay? Thank you.